Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh man. So this is where we left off. This is where we left off on yesterday. Today is Saturday for you guys. I'm sorry. Today is Monday for you guys. I went backwards. I went back in time. Today is Sunday for me. And it's late. It's 10:26 in the afternoon, y'all. Yesterday I had a wonderful time at my brother's house there, and we made some compost. We made some really great compost. Man, should I may put a clip of that in this video. Yeah, right about here. So yep, Saturday morning. We out here just moving compost from one pile to the other. Turning compost, putting a little Starbucks coffee. What's up, Tip? Hey, Tip. What's going on? Yeah. And this is all organic. You got spent coffee in this bag right here. Shredded cardboard. Some more coffee over there. More coffee? Yeah. All right, I'm a little excited because my brother just put a pile in this. We're transporting the compost, flipping it. Hold on, don't cover that up. And his last pile, you just saw another pile. Look at all this fungi, mycelium. This is a living. I'm gonna get it's a bug crawling around here. What is he at? Just disappeared. Yeah, there he is. There it is. So we got the arthropods, we got the microorganisms, we got the fungi. The network, the mycelium network, is in full effect in this compost so far, and this is some good stuff. So look at all this. Good stuff. We'll be back. Alrighty. So we got another layer of cardboard and coffee's underneath that. I'm about to put some water on top of this and keep building. We got a lot. And this is also putting air into the pile, which is also a good thing. So I expect this pile to really heat up good. We'll see. What in the world is this? This thing is huge. This thing is big, man. You can't get no bigger than this. I don't know what this is. What in the world is that? Backing up traffic and everything. God bless you. God bless
I see it. Damn.
That's street compost. Yeah.
Damn.
I think it's been about maybe 2 months, 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. That's straight compost. Yep. Yep, that's what we're doing. Look down there.
Damn, you gotta transfer that big.
Put your hand there and see how hot it is. It ain't too hot, but you can feel the heat coming off of it.
Oh yeah.
See it? Yeah, I thought it was coffee. Look at that.
No, that's on fertilizer. Good fertilizer too. Deep. Deep in the bottom.
That's good stuff right there. Ooh, boy, this is work, yeah. This is work.
Oh yeah, now no bullshit there. That worked there.
Yep. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so that was me making compost, me and my brother, and we are. This is our first batch of a yard of compost. We used coffee grounds from Starbucks and a gas station, and leaves and cardboard, and of course water. But that's the first of many. And as I told you guys before, this story here, Bajillion, it's about gardening, it's about composting, it's about manure, it's about regenerative gardening. It's about a whole bunch of things wrapped up into one. Microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, nematodes, protozoas, you name it. If you are into soil, you know what that means. So Bajillion, that title relates to what the story is about, what it's going to eventually get around to. Anyways, without further ado, man, I got my coffee. I got my coffee in my blessed cup. I got an old t-shirt on. The neck seems to be a little bit, the elastic is like going out. I have my number one dad cup. Now, as far as the fruit goes, I had a lot of plums yesterday, the big plums. And I ate about 4 of them last night. So I'm going to chill out right now on the fiber. But I will be getting me some, we have some kiwi downstairs and a whole pineapple in the refrigerator, and other stuff. So stay on that fruit, y'all. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me get a sip of water before we go. And if it appears a little bit smoky, I just lit some Palo Santo. What is it called? Yeah, Palo Santo. As Henry continued laughing hysterically, joyful tears began running down his sun-baked face, a handsome face, burnt bronze in color, a face that had seen so much in its 38 years. Soon the tears were like rivers traveling down smooth hills, streams that found his thick beard like an African delta. All right. He was a slender man, standing average height. His body, all 160 pounds, was that of a lumberjack, not a shred of fat, and with the back of a prized cotton picker, as well as a grip that could bring the rock to his knees. His natural strength had been galvanized by working out of state, climbing tree after tree for a living. But now he was there with his boy, his only son, his focus at the moment, not the years lost, the time he'd never get back. Though focused, it was being carried away. Y'all know what I'm doing. I'm thinking. I'm editing. I'm doing all. Though fixated. Though fixated. Though fixated. Though fixated. His attention. But now he was there with his son, his only son, his focus at the moment. Not the years lost, the time he'd never get back. Though fixated, his attention was being carried away. Though fixated, his attention was being carried away by the powerful current of humor as his son continued with his antics. Oh, wow, okay. Or should I go back with focus? But now he was there with his boy, his only son, his focus at the moment. Not the years lost. Not the years lost. That's another thing. I gotta pronounce my words because I'm reading this out loud. If I put effort into pronouncing my words correctly, then I will get better at reading out loud. So it's a win-win. I just got to keep it up now. But now he was there with his boy, his only son, his focus at the moment, not the years lost, the time he'd never get back. Okay. But now he was there with his boy, his only son, his focus at the moment, not the years lost. Not the years lost or the time. Not the years lost. Now the years lost and time is the same thing, but I want to put or in there because it sounds almost like you need a I don't even know the word for it, but I know I've had books edited professionally, and I know if this was an English major, I know that they would put or here and not keep it the way it was. So that's why I'm putting or, and it sounds better, right? But now he was there with his boy, his only son, his focus at the moment, not the years lost, or the time he'd never get back. Okay. But now he was there with his son, his only son, his focus at the moment, not the years lost, or the time he'd never get back. Though fixated, his attention was being carried away by the powerful current of humor as his son continued with his antics. Out of breath, he gave a gasp before saying, Boy, if there was any critters near this pond, there ain't none now. All that racket you making, I'll be surprised if the fish ain't pack up and move. All that racket you making, I'll be surprised if the fish ain't pack up and moved. Biting his bottom lip to keep from smiling, the amused father was doing his best to keep his composure as he looked down at his 10-year-old son with what was meant to be a frown on his face. Now, he said in a strong whisper, you gotta learn how to control that. You can't be out here in nature acting a fool. He turned, wiped his face before adjusting the .22 caliber rifle draped across his back. You gotta start taking things a little more serious. What if there was a coon sleeping in the bushes? We could have shot it and take it home to eat. One day you'll be a man. Maybe then you'll see. As the mood fell, Jacob mumbled to himself, Mom ain't cooking no coon. What was that? His father asked. Oh, nothing. I didn't say nothing, said the boy, standing there looking over the rippling water as the smiling sun cascaded over little swells that resembled mirrors, that resembled flashing mirrors. And I hope people realize what I'm talking about when I write this, because, you know, when you look at a lake and you got the sun hitting the lake at a certain angle, it looks like, you know, little mirrors over the, you know, in the ripples, the reflection of the sun. Standing there, looking over the rippling water as the smiling sun cascaded over little swells that resembled flashing mirrors, Henry's thoughts traveled back to a few days prior when him and his two good friends, Shug and Lupe, had taken a trip to Shug's liquor still. Is that how to spell liquor still? Sometimes you just gotta Google stuff. Sometimes you just gotta Google stuff. Liquor still. Yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes it, like, still would be spelled differently, you know what I mean? I just want to make sure it's spelled right. Copper moon stills for sale. Copper moonshine stills, I mean. Yeah, so still is the right word. I just want to make sure. I probably looked that up already, but anyways. Henry's thoughts traveled back to a few days prior when him and his two, I'm gonna say buddies. Buddies is a more dynamic word. Or good, but him and his two good buddies. Him and his two buddies. Him and his two buddies. Him and his two buddies, Shug and Lupe, had taken a trip to Shug's liquor still, which was hidden not far from the waterhole. The man had concocted a new batch of moonshine. Shug, I'm gonna say Shug had. You see what I'm saying? So I'm constantly editing. Shug had concocted a new batch of moonshine, and this is an effect of writing for years and just sending off your manuscript to someone to criticize and mark it up with red marks and leave notes and all that stuff. So I'm trying to be ahead of what I know they're gonna find and take a sip of coffee. Shug had concocted a new batch of moonshine. This time he'd added a handful of raisins along with a few magic mushrooms found on a pile of old wood chips left by the mill. The mushrooms were pointed out and picked by Henry's Mexican buddy, Lupe. And another thing is, I wrote buddies here because subconsciously I remember buddy. That's why I put. So maybe I'll change this back to friends. Are you guys getting the gist of writing by now? This is tedious stuff, and your mind has to be working. Shug had concocted a new batch of moonshine. This time, he'd added a handful of raisins along with a few magic mushrooms found on a pile of old wood chips. Now, is wood chips one word? Look at that. Left by the mill. The mushrooms were pointed out and picked by Henry's Mexican buddy Lupe, a fellow lumberjack. Coming from a family in Veracruz, Mexico. Veracruz, Mexico, where peyote and magic mushrooms. I picked Veracruz because I picked Veracruz because I did some research on this type of mushroom here, this psilocybe carulicens, psilocybe carulicens. I did research on that, and it grows on, I think it grows on the coast, the eastern coast of the United States, which I'm here in South Carolina. This story takes place in South Carolina, and it also grows in Veracruz, Mexico. So that's why I chose Veracruz, Mexico. Okay, so they are a direct. There's a link between Veracruz, Mexico, and South Carolina, and this magic mushroom. I don't know how far I'm gonna go with the mushroom. I don't know. We'll see. But I've never done mushrooms in my life. You know, maybe one day, but no. Coming from a family in Veracruz, Mexico, where peyote and magic mushrooms were common use, consumed by spiritualists for ceremonial purposes, the man was shocked when the three of them were walking to the water hole and he spotted psilocybe carulicens, also known as landslide mushrooms. Okay. "Oh, Hank, look at this," he said. "Devil's bread," Shug mumbled at the sight. "What?" Henry asked. "They're mushrooms." "Psychedelic mushrooms," the man added in an accent. Yeah, in a Spanish accent. In a Spanish accent. See, this is what I need help with. I need help with these type things. Now, Veracruz, Mexico. He's from there. He speaks English, but he doesn't speak great English. I mean, he speaks well enough English. But I don't want to have that overshadow the story. I don't want to have, or I don't want to have that overshadow his dialogue. So I'll just say the man added in an accent. So common sense should tell you it's a Veracruz accent. So I'm not gonna beat that horse any further. I may come back to it later. But anyways, Shug's attention seemed to peak after hearing Lupe's claim. Wait a minute. That shouldn't even, why is that in quotes? That shouldn't be in quotes. That's the narrator. That's the reader. Shug's attention peaked. Shug's attention peaked. Shug's attention peaked. Not seem to. What is seem to peak? Shug's attention peaked after hearing Lupe's claim. "So?" Henry replied. And that's going to be a question. Should that be a so? Okay, yeah, that's a question. He's asking. Hold on. Just wait one doggone minute, Hank. Don't be so quick to judge. Shug interjected. "Just how psychedelic are they?" he asked Lupe. All right. Listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Shug had an idea. Now, just to go on record, I don't even think these are really strong mushrooms. I don't think. A mushroom expert out there, maybe you can tell me. But they do have psychedelic properties, so if you take them, you will hallucinate, I guess. I don't know, I've never taken them. But they are found here, and they actually grow on piles of wood, after a while. Because I did that research already. Anyways, listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Shug had an idea. Out of pure curiosity and to be used out of pure curiosity and to be used as a deterrent to his son and so-called connected friends. Using Lupe's expertise, Suge picked a handful to add to a batch. All right, so now you guys are probably like, this guy can't read. And I said this over and over and over. It's not that I can't read. It's I'm reading, editing, seeing this stuff unfold, trying to calculate trying to determine whether this sentence right here in particular, out of pure curiosity and to be used, I'm trying to determine the wording. I know it's problematic, so I got to fix it. But so I'm doing about 5 things realistically as I read this. So it's not that I can't read my own stuff. It's that now I will admit sometimes I told you guys I have a learning disability. Sometimes I'm looking at my own stuff and the words is like not. They're like not really moving around. It's just that it's not the words, obviously. It's my attention is not focusing on each line. So it takes a person like me a while to get back into reading, even my own stuff. And my biggest problem as far as my learning disability goes is when I was in kindergarten, I'm not calling any names, a teacher in kindergarten told my mom that I would more than likely be slow. And I am slow. I am slow. But she tried to convince my mom that I was like really, really slow, like autistic or on the spectrum. Back in the 80s, it wasn't no such thing as it was like he could be retarded. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I am not joking at all. And so my mom, she kind of freaked out. This is her first child, she said she didn't know how to take that. So she told my grandma about it. And so that, how people, a teacher has a lot of power and they don't realize it. So I was labeled as that kid who was slow. I was the grandkid to my great grandparents, to my grandma. I was a slow one, and I was slow because, like you see now, my attention sometimes it drifts off. So if we're walking in a group of 6-7 kids, we're walking down the road back in the day, dirt roads back in South Carolina. I would be the one who would gradually just drift back from everybody else because I'm looking at stuff on the side of the ground. I'm stopping to tie my shoe. And I would, so it kind of reinforced the whole idea that, oh, he is slow. Something is wrong with him, So now that's followed me my entire life. I struggle because I know in my mind, it's like I'm going against this idea of me being slow. So that's one reason why I have published 5 books. How many books? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 books. 5 books I published. 4 novels, 1 poetry book. So this is my 6th right here. This book right here is my 6th. It's a reason why I achieve the way I do. I live in a 3,000 square foot home. My office is almost the size of the trailer, the single wide trailer I grew up in as a kid. This is my office, but you guys can't see it. But if I spun the camera around, it's a frog over my garage, and it's I got a bathroom in here. I got everything I need right in here. This is a studio apartment, the size of one. And I just looked in my lockbox, and I'm on my 3rd passport, and the other 2 I had stamps from all over the world in that passport. And if you could stamp for every state you've lived in, I would have even more stamps. So I'm a high school dropout, labeled as a LD as a child, but I didn't let that stuff stop me. It gave me motivation. So that's part of the reason why you see me writing. And I told you guys, I warned y'all. I said 15 minutes, that's going to be a thing in the past. So right now we're at 24 minutes and I'm still going. I'm going to end it here pretty soon, but That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Once I get back to flowing and I get used to reading out loud and speaking and explaining what I'm doing, I'm just letting you guys know, if you are here in the beginning, you are one of the lucky ones. Now, the first one to leave a comment on the story, you're going to stand out. I'm telling you, you're going to stand out. The second one to leave a comment, the third, I would say the first 20 people to leave comments and suggestions and feedback on what I'm doing right now, you guys are going to stand out as long as you stay with it, because I told you this is interactive. This is going to be an interactive experiment. I want people, or an experience. I want people to be involved. And when this is published and made into a book, I want you to be able to say, you can be able to go back and show, this is what I said about this story. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you again, I'm not going to be able to pay you now, but maybe I'll be able to, but there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid. I would say, your pay will be your acknowledgement in the comments. Okay? But you can put that on your resume. Anyways, listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Suge had an idea. Out of pure curiosity, Suge had an idea. Out of pure curiosity, you can leave that out. It's obvious. If he had an idea, that should be obvious that it's out of curiosity. You know what I mean? Let's say that. Listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Suge had an idea. As a deterrent to his son and so-called connected friends, using Lupe's expertise, Suge picked a handful. Okay. Friends. Suge had an idea. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, because it's not really problematic. It's just one of those sentences that you gotta have there, but it's not in the right location. So I'll cut that. Okay. Listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Suge had an idea. Using Lupe's expertise, Suge picked a handful to put in a batch of his moonshine. Picked a handful, whatever. Using Lupe's expertise, Suge picked a handful to add to a batch of his moonshine. He'd given his son a few gallons of corn liquor on one of his visits down from New Jersey. All right, so we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back here. You're gonna get some. Salute to Neo Knowledge. We're gonna come back here. I'm gonna paste this so I know, so I don't lose that. Yeah, I'm gonna paste that there. All right, so we're gonna come back here, but you can already see that there's an issue with Suge and his son, New Jersey. You know, wise guys maybe getting involved, corn liquor, being corn liquor, and I got a lot of things going on, y'all. Corn liquor is good. Corn liquor. Good corn liquor is something people love, you know. And they probably make it. They may make it in New Jersey, but they don't make it like they make it in South Carolina here. So the corn liquor is going to be a commodity. It's going to be an illegal substance transported back and forth to New Jersey, and I gotta make that known here. Suge has a problem with his son, who is not the best guy, so he's trying to deter this whole moonshine thing. These guys, these guys from New Jersey, these gangsters, I guess, from New Jersey, they got involved, and now they want some corn liquor. They want moonshine. Anyways, it's been 29 minutes, and I also have to put in a little clip from me working. So we're going to leave it there, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Hit that like, subscribe, share, comment. We're going to pick it back up here in the green. Excuse me for, not... this is going to be something where I'm not going to be reading right now. This is a rough draft, basically. So this is going to be something that I'm not going to be just reading straight through. I'm going to be stopping, looking, trying to figure things out, making notes. That's what it takes. But that's where we're at. We're going to leave it right here. Y'all hit that like I said, leave a comment, share these videos. Let's get this thing bubbling in the algorithm. 5 months from now, I want these videos to be getting 200, 300 views automatically. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll leave it up to the man in the sky. And as long as I keep going this direction, I know that's a great possibility. Or should I say it's already done. So it is. All right. This is Anthony L. Kelly, but you can call me by my initials, ALK, sort of like MLK. Till next time, I'm out.